You may know me from Man vs. Food, Secret Eats, Best Sandwich in America, Food Fighters, Barbecue Champ. I have a couple books out there, America the Edible and Straight Up Tasty. But as somebody who really my stock in trade has been about finding the most delicious foods. On Man vs. Food, I was eating the spiciest or the biggest, and obviously most of my shows are about finding the best flavors and the most unique eating experiences. And I think for me, what it did was it made me very aware of caloric impact in my diet, that it's really very, very easy to forget how many calories you're consuming. And obviously, you're doing a 5-pound burrito. At some point, your calories are the least of your concern. But also, while you're working, and we would do a 10 to 12-hour shoot day, sometimes 14-hour days, the eating you do on camera, you kind of forget. It doesn't feel like real eating. It's sort of work. So you're taking a bite, you're taking a bite, you're taking a bite, then you finish, and then everyone breaks for lunch. And so that was the big thing. In fact, a lot of people felt that my weight loss came when I stopped Man vs. Food. The irony is my largest period of weight gain came when that show ended and I went to Man vs. Food Nation. Doing those challenges forced me to have a degree of physical rigor and discipline. I was doing cleanses, I was drinking tons of water, I had to physically train for the challenges. I would do shoulder-loaded squats and sprints and jump rope and stuff to get my metabolism up. And once I lost the challenge, I just said, hey, screw it, I'm just gonna eat. And I saw the rushes, I saw the first day's shoot in Daytona, and I was just so unhappy with the way I looked. I actually went to my doctor, and he put me up with a nutritionist, and he talked to me just about creating that caloric deficit. And now, doing what I do and traveling as much as I do, using apps like MyFitnessPal or something like that where I could actually enter it, makes me aware of what I have eaten. One of the other things that I did that's really helped me lose weight was sort of make a vow not to eat standing up, because I think then you're having a more meaningful consumption experience with your food as opposed to, I'm picking, what did my grandma used to say? That, I always used to laugh how she didn't want a cookie, but she'd break a piece off as though breaking causes calorie leakage, and therefore that chocolate chip cookie isn't 150 calories. Some of them leaked out. It's only about 65. It's the same thing as a yogurt. It's not like a yogurt. My number one healthy swap. First of all, I think French fries are proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. But as someone who's unmarried, I found that love handles get in the way of my dating life. So I try to find healthier alternatives. I'm a big proponent of the baked sweet potato fry. Another great thing, if people, for example, like Mexican food, using fat-free Greek yogurt is a wonderful substitute. And honestly, this is maybe my favorite. I don't know if it's a Jewish thing, but I like to sometimes end my day or end my meal with a little something sweet. One frozen banana, plain old 100% cocoa, apple pie spice, and maybe half a cup of almond milk. But when you blitz them together, it's like a Wendy's Frosty, and it is exquisite. I know that there are people that will say, well, Adam, bananas have a lot of carbs. To which I'll say, when is the last time you saw someone that was overweight that went, yeah, it's just all bananas, dude. It's just like all these bananas and oranges. I just really got to cut down all that fruit. My Annie Fanny. I think for me, if I do my big calories in the morning, and I love breakfast food anyway, that I find myself less sluggish, and I am okay with having a progressively smaller meal. In fact, my late friend and dear mentor, Anthony Bourdain, once said, eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper. And I think that there's something to that, and it's hard because I have to have that balance, because if I'm filming at an amazing barbecue place, you better believe I'm going elbow deep in some brisket, but then it's checks and balances. So if I know I'm doing that, I just kind of budget calorically, and then I could have my cake and eat it too, literally. I also found that really one of the greatest things you can do in the day and age where people are crossfitting and yoga bar, flow, cycle, Pilates, soul, dance, step, Zumba, whatever, Orange Theory, I think that walking alone is something that is really often overlooked. So I try to keep between 12,000 to 18,000 steps a day. I think what makes me feel the most like me is really trying to follow my bliss. So for me, laughing and finding sources of laughter, I mean this in earnest, is essential. I'm a bit of a news junkie, and the news cycle these days can be quite oppressive. And as much as you want to stay informed, you still have to take care of yourself. And I think that you're kind of catching Adam Richman 2.0, and I had a little bit of an epiphany around the Jewish high holidays. And I'm not like super Jew by any stretch of the imagination. You guys have seen how much pork I eat. But the fact is, Maya Angelou said, if you know better, do better. And I've kind of been in the process of sort of adhering to that on a daily basis. So I've been volunteering, and I must say to anyone watching this, volunteering or doing charity work, there is a kind of satiety and a kind of emotional satiety you feel at the end of the day when you know that your efforts or your skills have gone to a good cause. I've been working at the Bowery Mission. I just came back from working with the Taste of the NFL Food Bank charity in Atlanta. And I feel a lot better knowing that my efforts are not just for me. And we're all kind of works in progress. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video and want to check out more like it, like and subscribe below.